them together, and they've got the gift of grab.
Alrighty. Hello. Welcome, Grabber Gang, to another episode. We are here with yet another friend from across the pond, or at least living in across the pond. I know Jen wasn't actually from there, but she's living there. But we have Sam Horn here today with us. So he is going to instill in us all kinds of knowledge about himself, about his grip philosophy, his strongman training, all kinds of fun stuff. So we're gonna get into all of that. Sam, we're excited to have you on. Excited to finally talk to you. So I know we've been going around for a few months and stuff, but we finally made it happen. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Just kind of hopping into just the very normal set of questions we like to ask everybody, like, mother's maiden name, car you had, first make and model, where do you do your banking, those kinds of things. So if you just want to do that, we can take some notes and, go from there, right?
Mm-hmm. Date of birth, street you grew up on, all of that, really.
The standard questions, yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah. No, really the first one that I want to just kind of get into, and again, we borrow this from our pal Pancho at Grip Sport Latino, but give us an overview. Who are you? At the essence, who is Sam Horn?
Okay, so as we were saying before we start recording, I'm a father to 6 children. So 4 of them are mine, 2 of them are stepchildren. So as you can imagine, life's pretty busy. Full-time coach, so I've been coaching for about 18 years on and off, but the last 2 years I've been coaching sort of strength sports full-time. And yeah, just trying to get my name out there really, and promote grip sport. So I started competing officially in grip sport last year, won my first competition, and then just fell in love with it from there really.
What were you coaching prior?
So mainly strongman. Strongman was my first love. But you obviously can't see from the camera, but I'm only 5'9", so I wasn't going to be the next Brian Shaw. So I wasn't going to push it. I got up to nearly 300-pound body weight at one point, and the only thing I got was high blood pressure and heart arrhythmia. So I thought I better knock that one on the head.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And it destroys your body too. I know you mentioned you're nearing 40 years old, so it's like, okay, how long or how far can I push this rig before she breaks down? And grip sport is so nice because it's just like, yes, there's still strength components and you still have to be overall strong, but your body takes quite a rest doing it. So that's what I love about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I almost want to compare grip to like I don't know, to like, the 55 and over communities that are out there. You still get to live in a house. You're still out there on your own, but little extra going for you there. So.
This is true, but I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment. One of my long-term goals is I want to try and clean the inch dumbbell. So I don't know how much toll that's going to take on my body. So
yeah, have you messed around with it at all yet, or?
Yeah, I've got
like any variations of it.
Yeah, I've got the Nathan Hole one, the 78. It comes in at just under 180 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier than the original inch. Had it for about 3 months. Spoke to David Horn about training on it, and he said to me he's going to be at doorstop for a long time. So I've managed to get a few decent lifts on it now. So I'm quite consistent. But it's nice. It takes a good half an hour to warm up to it. It's not something I can just walk up and pick up like some of these monsters.
It's crazy. So we at the Super Series for Arm Lifting USA, at the Super Series venue that I went to, one of the guys there brought he had an inch replica made by Zach Stanowitz, and it was only 135 pounds. And we tried messing around with it after the competition and stuff. I couldn't do anything with it. Like everyone else walked up there and they were able to pick it up and do whatever, and I was like, nope, it's not happening. So I can't even imagine a full on inch trying to tackle that. Wouldn't happen.
It's humbling.
Wouldn't happen.
I brought it with me to the last competition I ran, and a lot of people said, 78 kilos, I can do that easy. And it's quite funny to watch them fail.
Yeah, it usually is. That's fun. But you've got such a good like an advantage, I think, being over there. You know, we've got a lot of people over here too, but like, you know, you've got David Horn, you've got Nathan, you've got all like a lot of really cool stuff over there that eventually I'd like to experience myself. But yeah, that's cool that you've got them over there as resources.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have got Jed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, there's stuff everywhere, right? That's the thing. It's always looking around, but
Yeah, I think if you were to make like a Mount Rushmore of grip, I mean, we just mentioned three candidates right there. So that's, I mean, I can't get my hands on one. Like, I don't know. I know that they're made and you can go to a foundry and have one replicated, but like I said, it's so expensive, and I personally don't have a big enough community around me to justify that type of cost. So it's just like, I'll watch from afar. You guys do your thing and I'll just be impressed, because I don't even know that I'll ever get to experience trying one and failing at it. So but
you won't get to experience the failure.
No, it is too bad.
There's enough failure in grip, you know, you don't need more.
I don't. But Sam, you did mention your contest, like a contest you ran recently where you brought it, but you have another one coming up, right? So tell us more about that. What kind of format? Knock bar, lockout, a medley? Like what do you got going on?
All of the above, to be fair. So I thought I'd throw a strict curl into this one. So that's the first event, doing a standard strict curl. Again, there's nothing really down this way in regards to any sort of grip competition, so I thought I'd make it a little bit different. There's a Saxon to lockout, 2x5 Saxon, which is max attempt. I'm trying to think now. Got the David Horn shallow hub, that's to a knock bar. And a 50mm rolling handle. I don't know what that is in inches. Is it 2.25? 50 mil?
I think so. 2? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite a narrow rolling handle. That's for Matt.
Freedom units. We're struggling.
I thought 60 mil was around 2 inches. So, but maybe not. Anyway, I could be wrong on that.
Let's look it up after.
I'm terrible with that.
yeah.
And then the last event I've thrown in is a giant medley. So there's 10 different implements. And recently I've just chucked in a mystery event as well at the end for like double points and stuff. So yeah, it should be really good.
I actually really love that, and I have proposed that idea for like arm lifting and grip comps here. Like, we should have a surprise that nobody can train for, and like a brand new implement that's not like, you know, seasoned or anything like that. Just go in completely blind. I think that would be amazing. I think Strongman should do that too, actually. Just have more surprise events than they do. So
absolutely,
I love that.
It was like that back in the 80s,
that's a cool
wasn't
idea.
it? They just turn up and find out what they were lifting on the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is it sanctioned by anybody, or is it just one you're just throwing on, or like what do you?
So yeah, it's because it's an amalgamation of different bits of kit. I could technically get it part sanctioned by GSI. The last comp I did was part sanctioned as well, because we had 3 events which were GSI recognised, but this one I've only got 1. I need to catch up with Jed, to be honest, to see if I can get that one recognised. But I mean, they're all on different sort of leaderboard lists. I've made sure all the events are recognised somewhere.
Yeah. Nice. That's good. Do you have any outside of competition and kind of progressing there and stuff? Do you have any, and the inch, I guess, like immediate grip feats in mind, or grip goals in general, like an axle number you've got, or like what's on your mind grip wise?
See, I'd love 400 axle. I got close in my last competition. I got 100 and trying to think. I failed 173 kilos. So I don't know what that is in pounds. But yeah, so I'd like a 400 axle quite soon. And on my Saxon as well, because I'll be competing in the competition. I'm looking to take the British record on the Saxon. It seems to be like two hand pinch. I'm pretty okay with. The one hand pinch I really suck at. And I've got a blob as well in the shed, a Nathan Hole 24 kilo blob that's just staring at me, mocking me, which I really want to lift as well. I haven't managed to do that yet.
Yeah, blobs are something I can't get my hands around. So physically or mentally. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we have a blob trainer at my gym. It's like just like a blob and then something on the bottom that we attach weights to. So it's not exactly the same kind of, like feel and tilt. And so it's not similar. So again, another thing that around me in my area, I don't really have, access to, but it's an incredible feat of strength, and I can't do it because I don't have it, and I probably couldn't do it anyway. So,
is Death Grip over there? Where are they?
Yes, yeah, Death Grip UK
Strength?
based. Yeah.
So he makes a trainer too.
Yes.
I think for blobs and stuff. So he makes a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I've got a fair bit of his kit. It's really good quality kit that he knocks out. I have spoke to him to see if we can maybe run like a Death Grip competition in the future. But it's just sort of making sure that everything that he makes is like the same, because he said that he hasn't quite got the tools to make every single bit of kit exactly the same like they need for competition.
Yeah, I mean it's cool just because and we've talked about that I think with other guests too, is around having standard implements or whatever, but like at a competition everyone is using the same exact thing, so like you could still have a competition and not have a standardized set of implements that you mass produce. Like I think the fact that he hand makes most of that stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
But at a competition, here's your thing you're picking up, pick it up, and who can do it? Like that's so I think it could still work, but yeah, you can have some teeth pulls in there.
I haven't ventured into that yet. I have sort of considered getting one of those bits of kit, but as you know, us British haven't got the best teeth anyway, so as Jen kindly pointed out.
Yeah.
They've come a long way. They've come a long way.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, like getting back into, you as a strength and strongman and now grip coach, you've been doing it for the last 18 years, you said. So, like, if you wanted somebody listening to this, like, to hire you, what kind of sets you apart as a coach? What do you bring to the table that kind of would be refreshing for an athlete to kind of work with you?
Yeah, I can see what you mean, because there's quite a lot of us out there, isn't there? The market's quite saturated. So, for me personally, I've managed to sort of get myself up to national level competition. I've always been, I don't disagree with people using performance enhancing drugs. It's up to them, but it's something that I've never ventured into. So I know how to build strength naturally. And I'm always learning. I don't know everything about grip. It's, like the next person, I reach out to people with a lot more knowledge than I do and learn from them. But yeah, it seems to be that what I'm doing and what I'm coaching the other guys seems to be working. Carl, who you mentioned before we started filming, he had a competition today and broke a world record. And he's a phenomenal arm wrestler anyway. He came to me with amazing hand strength, but his hands could pick stuff up, but his back couldn't. So getting to that point where now he's breaking world records is, it's quite an achievement. And yeah, just I don't know, my passion for it. I think I live for it. I love seeing other people achieve, amazing things and sort of pushing them along, really.
Yeah. I think too, having the strongman background, like, so many events carry over, right? Like you got farmers walks, you got this and that and stuff. So things that you can work in that are going to tax your grip, but also maybe get you a better overall level of strength. Like I think that's really helpful too. So it's not just like, how do I strengthen my forearms? It's like, how do I get my whole body strong enough to be able to not struggle generally picking stuff up? So I think that's
what I found as well is some of the guys that I work with, some of them come from strongman backgrounds, powerlifting backgrounds. And obviously they've got the full body strength, they've got the back strength. Some of them can deadlift, 300 kilos plus on a normal bar. You throw an axle at them and they really struggle. And again, people like Carl, he's got the hand strength there, but it's just building that full body strength. And some of the lighter guys as well, it's sort of trying to get their numbers up because their body weight is quite light. So yeah, it's challenging.
I think.
So when you coach, I'm sorry.
No, go.
When you coach, do you is it like a full program, like it's grip and general strength building? Like, so if I were to hire you as my grip coach, it would be, okay, Haley, you need to work on your overall deadlift, back strength, hip hinge, whatever. Like, you would include that, or would it just be, you're my grip client? You separate them, or it depends on my goals and your goals?
It's all completely dependent on the individual. So it's whatever you need, really.
Perfect.
So we've got people that just want to work on their hand strength. That's all they need to do. And the trick of it is, especially with the people that still compete in strongman and stuff like that, is they've got a decent base level of grip, but to sort of push it to that next level, because as you know, grip's very specific. Just because you've got a decent 2.5 inch crusher doesn't mean your 2 inch crusher is going to be really, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all very dependent on the client.
Okay.
A lot of it I do at the minute is in person, but I am trying to push that online coaching now. Really, that's where I want to be. Just because obviously you can reach a much bigger audience and free up a little bit of time as well. Because like I said, I've got 6 kids that I've got to spend time with. So.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. I am going to take the part that you were talking about your client, Carl. I'm going to take it out of context and make it sound like it's about Carl Myerscough, and say how he needs better overall body strength and all that kind of stuff, and see what he has to say about it. Yeah, giant. I have switching away from what we might call a normal line of questioning. I have just a general question that I thought about putting it into the Quay Pigeons segment, but then I decided, no, you know what? I want more discussion on this. I want to hear the thought process behind it. Would you rather have, in terms of being a successful grip athlete, would you rather have more fingers or significantly bigger hands? Like, would you want to have like 8 fingers on one hand?
Oh, that's interesting.
Or
would you rather have just like larger hands?
That's a tough one. I think either would probably look quite strange.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, you'd be a freak either way, so people are going to look either way. Just pick your poison.
I think possibly more fingers, because some of the handles and stuff, they're quite narrow anyway. So if you had bigger hands, you wouldn't be able to fit your hands in it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it depends which fingers they are as well. Are they little fingers or are they index fingers? These
I don't know, and
useless.
I have to imagine your physiology would change too, in terms of, like if you just like add a couple pinkies, it wouldn't be like you were just cloning your pinky. You'd still have different muscles, different like ligaments that are going to go all through down here. So there's, I don't know.
I think one extra on each side would be pretty cool.
You don't have to choose a number. I said 8, Haley.
Damn, geez, all right.
Coming in hot. I'm just kidding.
I'll see myself out. You guys have a good one, okay?
Okay, bye. No. I don't know. I just thought about that at some point. And I was like, you know what? That's an interesting a predicament, because you could have these monster hands, and you do see guys walking around with their hands. It looks like they're like past their knees, and you're like, I don't know that I would. It looks odd, but then also you could be like the guy in Princess Bride and be like, oh, you have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone was looking for you. Kind of thing.
But then is that classed as? Would you be allowed to compete? Is that classed as like an unfair advantage?
As of now, there are no rules against it. So. Getting in ahead of this. So if there's some kind of surgery out there that exists,
they'll create a rule for you.
Yep.
I'm sure
you will be the reason for
surgery for that.
it'll become the horn rule, and it'll say, you can't have more than 5 fingers per hand. Sorry.
To be fair, we've got a couple of towns nearby that people probably do have 6 fingers, but that's another story.
Very curious about that.
I have a random question. It's not grip related at all. Is David Attenborough as like beloved and godlike in the UK as he is in America?
Yes. Yeah. When he passes away, there will be a shrine, I expect, somewhere in England. No, yeah, he's probably one of our best ones.
Like I could listen to him all day. Like,
Yeah.
I wish
he
he
can narrate
narrated a
anything.
grip documentary. I mean, that would never happen, but fingers crossed.
I think it could happen. We got to just get in there quick. We got to, because he's getting up there, I think.
The clock is ticking. Ooh.
What did he like? How did he get? Is he just like a really good narrator, and someone heard him and was like, or was he from something before all
No,
of that, like all the narrating?
I know his brother was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think just his voice and his love for nature. I guess he just. I don't know where he's been. Just got caught harassing animals one day with a camera and decided we're going to make a program out of this. So.
I like, or Richard's there filming Jurassic Park, and you hear David in the background, and he's just those dinosaurs are the largest beings I've ever seen. And someone said, without even seeing you, sir, you are going to narrate nature documentaries. I think
that could be how it happened.
Could be
it.
Yeah, just snapped him up like that. It's good. I guess I have another question about grip now. So what's your favorite part of grip? Either a favorite implement or just favorite thing about training it. Like what's keeping you in it? What brought you in it?
I think it helps that I was quite good at it when I first started. So
it does help, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether again that's from the strongman stuff, but even when I first started competing in strongman, like my best events were like farmers walks and stuff like that. But I mean now I think it's pursuing the feats, like trying to tick off those big feats of strength and getting to meet really cool people, introducing people to the sport as well. Because I mean down here, England itself, grip isn't a massive thing. Obviously, we've got Gods of Grip up country, but they're a good 7 hours away. So until November last year, no one in Devon, where I live, even heard of grip training. I mean, obviously, they do train their grip in different ways, but they never heard of grip competition. So, yeah, just introducing people to it, I think, is what I really enjoy. And, yeah, it's something, like Haley was saying, is you can keep going up and up and up, and you're not breaking your body to do it. It's more realistic to train to try and lift the inch dumbbell than it is to try and get a 500 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Like we're all like grip missionaries in a way. Like we're just like expanding this niche sport to anybody who's willing to listen. Yeah, like most people, as soon as I talk about it, what is that? What are you talking about? Okay. Oh yeah, the little squeezy things. And I'm like, no, that's just, that's like a small part. But yeah, no, I love that. Back to grip from, my questions. Do you want grip to remain niche, like a smaller community? Where we can kind of stay experts at it, or do you want it to blow up? Do you want more strong men to join it? Do you want to these records to just go bonkers and just, on a world stage or larger than it already is? Do you want it to blow up the way strongman has in the last, 10 years?
I think yes, only because a lot of us wouldn't be in their weight category anyway. So, you get the monsters like Brian Shaw and people like that. I mean, the heavyweight guys, they're fucked. But, for all us mere mortals, we can still, be competitive. And I think having those guys really involved in it and having it blow up would be amazing. I think. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do down here, is just trying to make it, just grow. it's cool that it's niche, but at the same time, I think more money can be put into the sport for sure. And it's
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely needs to grow.
Yeah,
I think.
it's kind of weird where like you know, I find myself kind of torn where it's like I want to compete at like my weight class, you know, like I want to do well in my weight class, but like and same thing it feels like in a strongman is like you know the names of the big guys. Like if you want to really like make a name for yourself in it, like you gotta be one of the big dogs, and it's hard because it's like okay, you know, yes, I love grip, I want it to grow, I want to do this, but I also, you know, I want to be known for something in here,
Yeah.
and it's tough, in terms of, you know, like putting on. I don't want to put on a bunch of size. Like I don't think I'd be comfortable higher than I am or much higher than I am.
It's not
And
great.
so yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just for a sport. I mean, you gotta consider your own longevity, and like we all have kids, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
I could push this body to its limit for a few years just to see what I'm capable of, but the damage that could cause, and like you said, Sam, like, you know, your training, your athletic background has been drug free, and not to knock anybody who does take PEDs, but you know, it's a decision every athlete needs to make for themselves, right? So that's the same thing. I can add a bunch of mass. I can gain a ton of weight probably this year if I wanted to, but what does that look like for my own longevity, my own health? What's worth it to me? So yeah, like the big dogs are always going to bring more viewers in, but the weight classes, I'm happy with it because like we can just stay there and be successful. And,
oh yeah, no, I'm happy there are weight classes.
Yeah, where it's not just an open
get
category, right?
Yeah, well, I got nervous, you know, not nervous, but like going into the Arnold, yeah, the armlifting Arnold Expo over here, like the open is prior to this year was just open. It was like men and women, and it was like that was all it was. This year they actually did kind of a strongman type deal where it's like, you know, under 110, I think, was like was one category for men, and then under, you know, and then over 110 basically was the other, and that was nice. And so I definitely like having some separation there because I'm not going to pull a 265-pound Saxon. Like I'm not going to pull a 400 plus axle right now. Like you know, it's good to get some delineation there and know, okay, yeah, I'm not like 36th. I was actually against other people similarly sized, you know, somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I first started doing strongman, there was no such thing as weight categories and stuff like that. You're just thrown in with the big boys, and I'm fighting desperately to try and stay out of, because I'm about probably 5 pounds away from the heavyweight category, and I'm like I'm desperately staying under that category because I don't want to be going up against guys like Carl. That's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Who got you into grip? Like, how did you hear about it? So specifically,
David
grip.
Horn originally.
Oh, okay.
So I was literally trying to think now, probably back in 2012, maybe. I went to a Body Power show, it was called. So that's basically like the Arnold on a very small scale in England. And they had an inch dumbbell there. And the challenge for that, which obviously knowing what I know now is absolutely ridiculous, but the challenge at the time was you had the inch dumbbell there, you had to snatch it and then bent press and reach the check underneath the dumbbell, and you won the £10,000. Obviously they were safe with the money.
Good grief.
So that was the first time I ever tried an inch dumbbell, and I thought to myself,
that's
I'm
crazy.
going to come back next year and I'm going to lift it, obviously not knowing how ridiculously hard it is, and started just Googling grip, and the first thing that came up was David Horn's website, so I ended up ordering a bit of some of his kit, and never really took it seriously until, again, probably beginning of last year really is when I really sort of fell in love with it. But but I've always been interested in it, obviously watching Adam Glass's sort of stuff and Jed Johnson stuff on YouTube, and that has always been like an interest, but it was not until, I said, recently where I'm a full-blown sort of grip nerd, I guess.
It's a good word for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I do my partner's head in because that's all I seem to talk about.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm there. Yeah, all of the money goes there, and I may have just bought another gripper again that probably can't close yet, but it's there in case I can.
Are you drinking tea right now, Sam?
I wasn't sure what the rules were, so I'm actually drinking this, but I thought I'd hide it in my cup.
Hey, there we
Hey.
go.
So,
Nice.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
cheers.
British, so we drink everything out of cups.
Cheers, bro.
Wow,
I will not.
It's like you're from there.
I know. Well, I visited last October, and I had a hell of a time not trying to do my bastardized version of British accent.
I don't think that's
Just talking to people, and especially visiting pubs, and I'm just like, I could try this on. It sounds great. It did not sound great, and yeah, I mean, it's just to Americans, your accent, Irish accents, Scottish accents, Australian accents, they're just so they just sound cool. You guys just automatically sound cool. So I think we always mimic it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a cooler version of the things that we say all the time. And it's like, oh man,
I wish
could be
we
saying
had
this a totally different way.
Mm-hmm.
And
what part of England did you come to?
No, that's...
Oh, London. Yeah, just I was there for a football game and just went. I'm sorry, an American football game. An American football game. I was there for. Well, that was the reason for my trip, but I saw as much as I could.
It's
I
probably
loved
a
it.
good idea you didn't do the accent because Londoners aren't very friendly. They're not a good representation.
I did not care for mushy peas. I did not care for the room temperature beer. But not all places, but there were just a few things, and then not being able to find enough caffeine for an American, that was a challenge.
Yeah.
We're hopped up on 200 milligrams at a time, and it was almost impossible to find. Anywho, back to grip. Sorry about that.
I mean, we cover it all here.
We try to.
That is. I was just gonna say that is one of the main deterrents from looking forward to a lot of travel. I want to go to a lot of places. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Germany. I want to do this, but I don't want to eat the food that's there. There's just so many things where my perception of the types of foods that are there, again, being the whitest countries that I could think of, it's just the I don't know. I don't want to eat a bunch of sauerkraut. That doesn't sound good to me. I don't want to eat beans on toast. I'm sorry. Or mushy peas. Every time you say mushy peas, my face involuntarily is. Ugh. So,
I hate peas in general. So just seeing that, I was just like, why is this with my fish and chips? I don't understand.
You have to eat a million peas to get nutritional value from them, and they're terrible. I hate them. I hate them.
We're making a lot of friends. All right, yeah.
These are the controversial things that are going to get us kicked off the grip board. So.
Sam, if you were a grip implement, which one do you think captures your vibe? Which one would you be? If you were to work with one of your favorite Death Grip or Gods of Grip or whoever, and they said, we want to make an implement for you in your spirit, what would that look like? It can be one that already exists or
That's a tough one. Say maybe thick bar. It's just because this is what I enjoy the most, training. I don't know whether it sort of embodies my spirit. I don't know. I suppose I'm wider than I am taller, so I guess that can count for something. But yeah,
No,
it's
I
probably
like that.
thick
Like, so like a bigger diameter, like something we haven't seen before, or just like
bar. Yeah,
different color. Yeah.
maybe like a 100 mil rolling handle or something. So I don't know what that is in inches. Maybe like a 3.5, 4 inch rolling handle.
That's basically a pinch for me at that point. Like,
Yeah,
that's
basically
just
a block,
that's a rounded pinch bar. Yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Definitely not a gripper because I suck at gripping.
We're gonna post a conversion chart with this episode. Just
Yes. Just it's going to constantly be up on the side of the screen, so that everyone
need
says, "Okay, say
subtitles
okay,
as
50
well?
mil." Yeah. Yeah. Yes. For all you anyway, I'm not going to offend anybody else. Yeah. Okay. So rolling handle. I think it could be cool. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But like doing like some kind of like a tapered thick bar. I don't know. Like you get the little bighorn and like the anvil and stuff like that are kind of like tapered out. Like, would having a tapered thick bar somehow play a role in, like, could that be a different kind of implement? I don't know if it would have any effect whatsoever, if it'd just be weird to hold on to, and that's enough. But
it sounds incredibly weird, Will. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I'm here for.
Work. Yeah.
That's the descriptor that I hope most people have for me as a person, for any ideas that I come up with. That's what I'm going for. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Speaking of weird, the last question I have is going to be a weird one, and I don't know if you've heard anything about this or whatever. But either way, just give me your thoughts. So there's apparently, some humongous glitter manufacturer was asked like who their biggest client was, and like who buys the most glitter. And they aren't allowed to say. And so naturally the internet is like, oh, what could it be? Who could be buying all this glitter? And their only response, because they said we can't say, but their response was, you wouldn't believe that it's glitter. And so I want to know what your thoughts are on who do you think is buying all this glitter? What do you think is made up of glitter that no one would expect to be made up of glitter?
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm saying. Left
Bizarre. I like it. Yeah.
I mean, my first thought was strip clubs, because obviously they go through quite a lot of glitter. But I mean, you talk about one person,
one manufacturer making glitter for one other client, and they said you wouldn't believe it's glitter, but it's apparently just an uncomfortable amount of glitter that this person's or this company's buying.
Yeah, I've not heard anything about that.
Given that it's in the U.S., I think I would imagine it's some kind of defense-related thing, and maybe we're using glitter on a national defense level. But
I know nothing about it.
Just got to get that in there, huh?
I do. I do for legal purposes. I know nothing about this, guys.
Is this sort of like Biden's idea, or?
It very well could be.
Yeah.
It very well could be. At the time, seemed like a great idea to put glitter in all kinds of stuff, and turned out to not be.
No.
We'll see.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving right along from glitter. That's a little ridiculous. I'm a big fan of like heist movies, robber movies.
Ooh.
I love them all. Like there's not a bad one. Like I could just throw it on and watch it. So you want to do a heist and you want to be successful at it. Who is your dream partner in crime? They must be in the grip community. It can be somebody you've never met, somebody you only know online, somebody you specifically train with. But who do you think would be your go-to partner in crime? Your getaway car or the guy who trips the alarm or has the cool masks for the job.
I'd have to say Jed Johnson, because he's got some pretty cool wrestling masks going on.
There it is.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
could all we could all dress up as like the Lucha Libre Mexican wrestlers and sort of stand there like that or whatever, you know.
I like it. That'd be
But
good.
yeah, I'd probably say
What would you be stealing?
probably inch dumbbells. They're
Going to a foundry who's producing
yeah.
Nathan's house.
Yeah. Well, I know
Careful,
where he
they're
lives,
still
so that'd
hot.
be quite easy, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think they're probably inch dumbbells because they're worth their weight in gold. So, and they'll never depreciate in
point.
value either. So yeah, I think it's probably a good shout.
That's actually brilliant. Like
Yeah.
just stealing equipment. Yeah,
Yeah.
way better than money. There's no ink going off. There's no you don't gotta
yeah.
kill
There's no-
anybody.
International security. Yeah. You just taking stuff that could save you a few $1,000. That's
Yeah.
fine. One thing that we like to ask people that I forgot to ask Will last time actually, and I think I forgot to ask Pancho and Pabs was for grip competitions, walk-on music. What would be your song coming on for you? It's going to get the crowd amped to see you.
I'd probably say MIA by Avenged Sevenfold.
All right.
Only because the start of it, the build up of it, I think is awesome. Before the
Nice.
guitar kick in.
Yeah. All right, and then the guitar kicks in right as you're about to grab on the bar, and then just rip it.
Yeah.
Be good.
I'm glad I know this song. There's been a few guests where I've been like, I'll look it up after.
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Yep.
Oh, you know the one I'm talking about.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So are we ready for our rapid fire round?
Let's do it.
All right. So a quick reminder of the Quay Pigeon segment. We're going to ask you a series of questions very fast. You answer the first thing that comes to your mind. And then when you're done, you say pull for the next one. All right. And we'll go back and forth.
Yep. All right, kick us off, Haley.
All right. Prince William or Prince Harry?
Harry. Cool.
3x4 or 2x5?
3x4. Cool.
Is the American accent gross to you?
No, it's all right, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Brittany or Christina?
Brittany. Cool.
Footy or rugby?
Rugby. Cool.
Beans on toast or rice and beans?
See, I'll have to go against my heritage and go rice and beans. Cool.
That's right. That's good.
Pierce Brosnan or Daniel Craig? Or Sean Connery?
Oh, wow. Adding a surprise third.
Yeah,
Adding
definitely
one,
cool.
yeah.
Sean Connery. Cool.
Financial security or a new grip tool delivered every week?
My partner's going to be watching this, so I'll have to say financial security. Cool.
Knock bar or lockout?
Can I say both?
No.
Mm.
Pick your favorite.
Fast.
Knock bar. Cool.
All right.
Tom Lymeth or Tom Stoltman?
It's got to be Tommy Lymouth. Good
There we
looking
go.
devil. Cool.
This is my last one. Twinings or Tetley?
Twinings, 100%. Cool.
Spice Girls or a fully stocked spice cabinet?
I like to cook, so yeah, fully spiced cabinet. Cool.
There we go. Again,
All right.
right answer. Nailed it.
That's
All
all
right,
I
that-
had. That was good.
That is Quay Pigeons. Yeah, crushed it. Nice
Crushed
job.
it.
All right, let's
I'd
see.
be
Let's
quite
get some
diplomatic
audience.
with some of them, I think.
I think you did a great job. Yeah. You won't anger too many people. Just kidding. Be all good. Let's see here. All right, we'll get some audience questions pulled up.
Oh no, I have a
And-
random one.
Oh.
I'm genuinely curious. Like, what do you think of the royal family? Like, I know some people think like they're descendants of gods, like, and some are like they're just figureheads. They're crap. I don't care. What are like? I'm genuinely curious because I find it really bizarre, and like the obsession with them. And I don't know. I want to hear from an Englishman what's the vibe.
I don't know what I should say. Really, I don't want to get assassinated.
I was gonna say, you got man. He just said he
All
got
right,
out of
we
this
could- I'm
relatively
sorry.
unscathed.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'll DM you. I'll get your thoughts after. That's fine.
I'm not. Well, it's basically the people that love the royal family. They're called royalists. I'm definitely not one of them. I personally don't know what they do for the country. Probably not a lot.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like they throw parties. I mean, the prime minister does all the work, and I don't get it. But we'll move along.
I don't know if he does a lot of the work. Either.
Well, have
Yeah.
you seen the show The Windsors on
I
Netflix?
haven't, no, I
Oh
haven't.
man, it's an extreme like hyperbolization of like the royal family and stuff, and of the drama that exists there, but then also of their accents, and it's hilarious. It's so good.
I was going to say,
So
do all you Americans think we've got really posh accents?
yeah, like we can't get over it. So this show here is evidence of that.
Yeah.
So highly
I
recommend.
think we
The
have an
Windsors.
obsession with all that stuff, like Bridgerton and Downton Abbey, and like Americans are just fascinated, and I don't know, it's a whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is a
literally,
whole thing.
it's literally like the tiniest part of the population that actually sound like that. This is
Yep. I have a question from Pancho. We have a few questions from Pancho, but the first one that he asked was, he said, I imagine Sam loves to use the little big horn. If so, how much can he pull on it, and will he do King Kong?
I've got a King Kong event lined up with Gods of Grip. They're running one next month. I've never actually touched one because the shipping costs to get stuff sent over from the US is crippling. So I shall find out next month what I'll actually get on it. I'm hoping it's quite similar to the David Horn horn top because that's what I've got to train on, and my numbers are okay on that. So
That'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
So, all right, here's a random one. If he's an Englishman, he will answer this question correctly. How far is it to France?
okay. Do I know this person or?
I don't think so. I think they're American, but it was or an expat maybe. Because this seems very specific. This seems very specific.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can get there on a train, so I don't know how far. In all honesty, I've never been.
I think they wanted you to bash France a little bit. I think that's what this,
Okay.
that's what this is all about. Like it's not far enough, or
Not far enough.
we're gonna,
we get
no,
down the
but-
World War II route, or
yeah. I'd say keep a little spice in here. We haven't done too much. But here's the spicy one that I was telling you about. Your friend Carl Crosby. So this one's weird, but
put
it's
it out there now. He's not a friend.
okay.
I'm joking, Carl.
I don't even know if I can get this out.
I think you can do it. Do it in your best accent that you were going to try out when you were over in England.
Oh
He's
no,
northern
I
well,
can't
by
do
the way.
that. Does grip sport give you bigger fingers for a pokey bum wank?
Oh, fantastic!
I tried.
That was wonderful.
You nailed it. Carl should know. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, perfect. Cheeky.
That's good, man. That was solid all around.
Yeah, Carl.
Michael Taylor asks, "How another cheeky, fresh question from people over there? How does he maintain them goddamn sexy looks while crushing the grippers?"
It's just a God-given talent, I guess.
Just genetics, you know.
It's
Not something.
yeah.
Not something you can teach.
No, I get my looks from my mum, so I'm quite lucky.
You know, I don't think I'm ever going to film myself using a gripper, closing one, none of it, because I make the ugliest struggle faces in the world, and I feel like all of you guys do it, and it's just so like meh, like you just
film the
seem so
hands.
relaxed.
You
I
just
know,
film
but
the
you
hands.
yeah, but you show your face and then you kind
I
of
do?
zoom in. Yes, you do. You're holding it up and your mug's right there, and then you focus on the hand. Whoops, there goes
Oh
my
well,
pen.
sure. Yeah.
That's the only reason I started following you, Will, to be fair, was those gripper closes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to do it because I would just, you'll hear me grunting and I, no.
Well, I posted
for me.
that video after the Arnold last year because we got the photos back and stuff, and I looked and like my lockout photos on Axel were just like beet red, just like looked real uncomfortable, and so that's you gotta embrace those moments. It means you're trying hard.
I'm either smiling or it looks like I'm in a lot of pain. So there's no in between. There's no.
It's good for the gram.
It is. It's great for the gram. Great for the gram. So yeah, embrace it.
Oh.
Let's see. Pancho had. All right. We'll ask these kind of. Okay. I'm going to ask these in kind of a combined format because he had a couple of questions on like the US versus UK grip face-off. So who do you think the members for Team UK would be? Which events would it include? Who do you think wins? All those we'll stick with those. So team members, events, and who wins
against the US guys.
Yeah. US versus UK.
So I'd have to put David Horn in his prime. Probably Sam Solomon. I don't know if he's going by Sam Parker or Sam Solomon now. Obviously Tommy Lymouth, Ollie Dilly, and I'd like to put myself in there. And I'd say probably the 5 events. Blob Medley, because I know that Tom would smash Blob Medley. Yeah. Euro Pinch has got to be a 2.5-inch crusher in there, and put some steel bending in there as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
Interesting. Nice.
Yeah, if I wanted Team UK to come out on top, yeah, definitely some steel bending. Or steel snapping, because I know David Horn's the goat of that. So
yeah, I was gonna say we got some good steel benders over here too. So that could be
Alex.
Yeah, you got Alex and Chaz.
You now, Will?
I'm not good at it. I did my first steel bending session yesterday, but Alex and Chaz both are really solid.
Yeah.
So
did Alex just put steel bending in his last comp, didn't he?
He's got like an online comp going for just bending. So yeah, and I think and Ben Helms, duh. If he ever chooses to grace the competition stage again. That guy's stupid.
I think he's best retired. He's too strong to compete.
He's like, what's the point? I'm just gonna walk
I'll
away
school
with this.
all you fools. Yeah,
it's true. That guy, man, like, yeah, he lives on the way up to like where my mom lives, and like one of these times, I'm just gonna message him and be like, hey, man, can you impart all of your wisdom and knowledge into me in like a 1 to 2 hour session? Like, would that be okay? And see what he says. He'll say, no, go away. I've heard the weird things you ask on your podcast. So,
Now, I guess this question, I'm going to preface it with, do you listen to a lot of the grip podcasts, Sam?
Yeah, or sort of other grip podcasts as well as you guys, or
Okay. Hannah asks, who do you think is interesting in the grip scene that has not been interviewed by any of the grip podcasts? Like, who do you want to hear next? It could our show, Zach's show, Ricardo, Pancho, the Gods of Grip guy, like whoever.
I think most guys have been covered now, really, haven't they?
If there's any
new
like
on the
rising
scene?
stars,
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, I think Sam Solomon would be a good one. He sort of introduced me to grip, and he's got a lot of knowledge and he's ridiculously strong. He's got a worse accent than me, so maybe that's why he's not been on the podcast. But yeah, I'd probably say that because I think all the big names have been done, haven't they? Carl and Jed and all those sort of guys. So
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting time, I think, for grip, because you do have a lot of these old heads who have been there and have done a lot of. They still hold a lot of the records and they still do a lot of really big stuff. But there's definitely some new talent that I think if they stick with it and stuff will get up to that point. So. I think out down in Australia, Henry Mullet, who I think Zach has done an interview with, obviously now, and I think Pancho did an interview with as well. That'll be released later and stuff. But he's relatively new to it, and he just came in and crushed a bunch of stuff, and it's like, hey, there you go. So we'll see who else comes out of the woodwork, right?
Yeah, I mean after. Sorry.
Sorry, it's saying that. Yeah, Kim Johansson. He's not been on the podcast yet, has he? And
No.
He's literally just come out of. I know he's done a couple of comps, but yeah, he's just coming clean and pressed the inch as if it was nothing. So
he
made
Carl
it look
went
insane.
Back and back. Yeah, he made it look so easy.
It was just like, oh, I put it in the back seat of my car. I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to bop, bop, bop. And he's a monster, right? Like I saw him in person at the Arnold in 2023.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah. And I just remember he had like a fake watch tattoo on, and he was just like this giant to me. And I'm very tall. Like I'm a big person, so no one's really alarming to me. But like him and Carl and Luke, and I'm just like, holy hell! Like these guys, like these are my people. Like I'm around my people right now. Like,
6'6" and above is where you're like, wow. So
yeah. I'm a baby.
That's good.
Anyway.
All right. Let's see. Okay, one more from Pancho. If you only had to prepare a grip contest with 2 implements, what are the 2 tools that you pick for a good contest?
To run one, or just to prepare for one?
Well, I think he's talking about running a grip contest. So you're organizing it, and
I would say
maybe
probably a Euro pinch and a wrist roller.
Oh,
Ooh.
All right, interesting.
And go for like a wrist roller to max and something like that, because you're testing your thick bar as well as your wrist.
Yeah,
obviously,
I like it.
Yeah, your Euro pinch as well as obviously 2-hand pinch.
We'll ask the other part of it too, just to make sure I got his question in the right way. If you were going to prepare for a grip contest with just 2 implements, which ones would you use to prepare, regardless of what the contest implements were?
Probably an Axel or Saxon, definitely, because you're covering all bases there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
As long as you have them, thick bar, pinch grip. I mean, a lot of, I think it's like basics, right? Basics in every gripper's gym. Like you got to have something to pinch. You got to have a thick bar or a rolling handle or something, like to just kind of train your hand for that position. So
Just out of curiosity, Sam, are you near Nathan? Like, does he live like kind of down where you are somewhere, or?
No, so Nathan's in Wales.
Okay.
So he's about, to be fair, he's about 3 hours away. But
Okay.
he's over the water. We have to go over a bridge to get to him. But he's a lot closer than the Gods of Grip guys.
Yeah.
They're about 9 hours away.
The way that you've said a
Jeez.
few things has made me think of, Nathan's comments and stuff, and the way that I listened to the Grip Sport Latino podcast, which also is like the intro to the Grip Show is also, excerpts from Pench's interview with Nathan. And so it's like,
Yeah.
the way you say like, pinch and thick bar and stuff like that, it sounds just like the intro to that and all that. So,
Okay.
so that's why I ask. It's funny. The accent's similar. I know they're not the same everywhere you go, but like, Haley does a mean Cockney accent, which
I mean, technically, Wales is a different country.
I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. My turn to offend people.
Yeah, God, Will. Worse than anything I did.
He's a big guy as well.
Yeah, maybe I won't go over there and visit those people. It's probably my best interest at this point.
Yeah, they're not going to have us anyway. I wouldn't worry about it.
That's fine. Yeah, be okay.
I have another one. We've asked this before of our guests. If you were to write an autobiography, what would the name be? We could do a poll after.
Probably put father, lifter, coach. That's basically just sums me up, really.
Yeah, covers everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think, last time we did that, we did it with Quay too, and we put it out there to the audience, and the audience came up with some pretty interesting stuff too. So excited to see what they can come up with that too.
It's either that or the Amish beard is probably the other one, because that's what all my friends say.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. Well, that's, in terms of prepared questions and stuff, that's all I've got. And that's all I saw from Instagram.
Audience participation.
Yeah. But, I've enjoyed the conversation, having you on here. Is there anything you want to plug out or say to the people?
About your upcoming contest or anything like
when is it? On? Where is it? Like
yes, we got it's Country Strong Arm Sports. It's 23rd November. I'm taking entries until the end of this month. We've got 18 signed up, so
nice.
It's going to be a good contest.
Yeah.
It's in North Devon in England, so obviously a lot of the US guys probably won't travel for a local comp like that, but yeah, it's like I said, we've got 2 weeks to go. If you want to get in on it, then just message me on my Insta or on my Facebook. And
cool.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
18 people signed up. So are you offering weight classes? Is it open? Are there women signing up?
Yeah,
similar to GSI rules?
So we've got, I think now, we've 4 ladies signed up, all in different weight classes.
Awesome.
The guide weight classes start at 83 kilos, going up to over 120 kilos, which is opens. And I've got people in each weight class, so yeah, it's
nice.
Pretty diverse.
That's pretty great.
I'm quite happy with it, really, considering obviously, like I say, we're a small town, and until 6 months ago, no one even knew what a Saxon bar was. So
exactly, 18 people is a huge success.
Yeah,
for...
I was gonna say that's I'd say that's awesome. Nicely done, spreading the gospel of grip.
Absolutely,
the grip mission.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on and for talking with us and helping people get to know you. And I had a good old time, and hopefully we didn't lose too many people with our just highly controversial take on mushy peas.
No, I mean,
We'll put that underneath the millimeter to inches conversion chart. We'll have that all on there, right there.
Trigger warnings,
Yeah.
mushy peas.
Mushy peas, math. Yeah, that'll be fun.
No, it's been a
Nice.
pleasure.
Yeah.
I guess formally meeting and talking with you, Sam, and good luck in your competition. Good luck spreading the gospel. And I mean, are you going to try and make it to a U.S. contest in the future? You got any
I would
goals
love
for
to.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to compete in, well, the arm lifting, like the Arnolds and stuff. I'd love to get to that sort of level. And yeah, just hopefully try and hang out with all you cool guys over there.
Yeah, it would be great. I mean, I think like Ricardo does a great job at representing the countries that do come over, and everyone gets a flag, and we all kind of sign it, and it's just like a big party all weekend. So if I were to recommend one, it would definitely be the Arnold. The Olympia is like a different vibe, but the Arnold is kind of, I don't want to say the unofficial world championships, but it's kind of gotten that moniker as of late. But it's the big dogs come out, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're going to pick one, Columbus isn't the best, but it's a great festival, and it's strength based. So
we gotta stop.
Quick question to you guys: is the Arnold invite only, or
no? There's an open division. There's an open.
There's an open division. There is an open division, and there's a pro division. So the pro division is either like you have to win the open, or you have to place well in an arm lifting USA contest, or I mean, if you were just like, here are my numbers, because Ricardo has done that a lot. He has seen people's, like Kim, for example, Kim and Luke, for example, like they didn't compete in arm lifting USA at all. They were just putting up great grip numbers in general, and it was like, okay, will you guys come out? Yes, of course, I would love to. And then they became, pros almost immediately. So if you have the numbers, he even says right on the website, like, he reserves the right to invite whoever the hell he wants. Like, if you have good numbers, he's not going to say, oh, you need to climb through the ranks. Like, you're somebody who's trying to make a name for themselves. So you absolutely can, like, just shoot him a message. Here's what I'm working with. And he'd.
My numbers were actually too good. Like, he invited me, and so I started actually competing and lifting less, so that I didn't have to have that kind of pressure. That's the only reason that I'm at where I am. Is I knew personally I wasn't ready, So I didn't want to have to keep turning him down. But you keep lifting heavy, keep doing big stuff, and you can accept it. You seem like you're ready for it. So
yeah.
Awesome. Just need to find the $5,000 to fly over to you guys.
That's the only caveat.
You opted for financial security, so it'll happen. It'll be all right.
But the grip heist, you could sell those inch dumbbells.
We've given a lot of options today. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Nathan.
Perfect. All right. Cool.
All right.
Well, thanks again. Thanks to everybody for listening. If you're just tuning in, I'm sorry. We're ending the show now. And until the next time, Grabber Gang, have a good life. Bye.